Alright, July 2017. So question number 1, it says that determine whether each statement is true or false. So you need to state either the first statement is true or false. So descriptive statistic consists a method of drawing conclusion from a sample to make inference about the population. This is a false statement. And question number 2, data of interval scale has meaningful zero value. So basically, interval scale has no meaningful zero value. So this is a false statement. And number 3 is data is with positive skewness has mode value larger than mean value. So let's draw positive skew distribution. Right, positive skew distribution just look like this. So the first value, right, is starting from negative infinity to infinity, right? The first value will be your mode. The second value is your median, and the last value is your mean. So dia kata dekat sini mode value larger than mean value. So this is also false statement, right? So I hope you understand. This is our first chapter kan, in our syllabus. So you read again and again. Make sure you understand the full content in chapter number 1, right? So you need to understand what is the type of data available. We have 2 types of data, and then scale of measurement. This is very important. And then descriptive statistics, you should know what is the difference between descriptive statistics and inferential statistics. And some terms in basic statistical terms, such as population, sample size, sampling frame, right? Sampling process, how many sampling techniques we have. We have 2 types of sampling techniques, right? We have random sampling techniques and non-random sampling techniques. So under random sampling technique, how many sampling techniques we have learned and how the sampling techniques works, right? You need to understand that one. So make sure you revise that thing. So now let's look at B. So for B, a group of university students had organized a fundraiser to raise money for the sport day event, right? So before we go for that, tak apalah kita nanti terangkan hujung nanti. So question is calculate mean, median and mode for the amount of money raised and interpret the value obtained. This is you need to interpret lah. Once you got the value, then you need to interpret. So wait, why mine I don't have? Okay, yes. Oh, tak apa, kita tulis ke bawah ni lah. Alright. So let's redraw the table, right? The table first kita kena buka besar sikit lah sebab kita nak cater for everything, right? The first column is amount of donation, right? So senang, you buat satu table yang besar sekali dan you boleh buat semua benda. Mode dekat sini, median and mean, right? So number of donor, right? Number of donor. And then kalau kita tengok dekat sini, dia start from 0 to 9, right? So this is not in term of class boundary kan? So we need to create a class boundary later. So this is 20 to 29, and then we have 30 to 39, and then we have 40 to 49, and the last one is 50 to 59. Basically macam tu lah, dia tulis tu more than 50, right? So it should be 50 to 59 because the scale, the size, the class size is in term of class size dia ada 10 saja kan. And then the number of donor, let's say I use another color. This is 3, 11, 15, and then next is 20, 22, 20, 22, and 9. Right. Next, kalau kita tengok the first column ni, this is not in term of class boundary. So kita create a class boundary lah. Class boundary. So class boundary starting from negative 0.5 to 9.5. This is 9.5 to 19.5. 19.5 to 29.5. 29.5 to 39.5 and so on, right? So basically this subject is very simple, right? If you're not doing your homework or revision, then you can answer the question. Right? 2 jam saja you ada, very simple. Next, kita tengok ni apa yang dia nak suruh cari. Right? Kita tengok apa yang dia nak suruh cari. Dia nak suruh cari mean, median, and mode. What is the requirement of mean? Summation of fx divided by summation of f. So you need to have a midpoint here. For median, you need to have a summation of f. Summation of f, which is a cumulative frequency. For mode, what do you have? What do we need? We don't really need cumulative frequency. We just need a frequency value, right? So now we need to create a class mark. Class mark lah. Class mark or midpoint lah. Right? Class mark or midpoint. Right? So this one should be 9 plus 0 divided by 2 is 4.5. This is 14.5, 24.5, 44.5. This is dia nampak sama saja, dia bentuk macam ada membentukkan pattern benda yang sama lah. Right, and then since we need a cumulative frequency, we put the last column will be cumulative frequency. So this is our frequency, and this is our cumulative frequency, right? So cumulative frequency start from 0 before the first class. So this is 3. 3 plus 11 is 14. 14 plus 15, 29. 49. And then this is going to be 70, 71. And this is 80 lah. Right? Boleh? Ada soalan setakat ni? Kita belum start calculate lagi kan? Alright, next we start calculating the mean lah. Mean very simple. So mean should be summation of fx divided by summation of f. So use your calculator. So I stop sharing and then I share the whole screen. Masih ada nak masuk lagi. Right. So what we need to do now, we need to you can see my calculator kan? Right. So now kita tekan since we need to input a frequency value. So you click on shift mode and then find statistic number 4 and click on frequency, right? And then you tekan mode sekali lagi and then find 3 for statistics, right? And then click on 1 for 1 minus variance, right? So you will get like this lah. So X is going to be your class mark and frequency going to be number of donor. So this one is 4.5 and then 14.5, 24.5 and then 34.5, 44.5 and the last one is 54.5. So altogether you have 6 column, 6 row kan, betul? Right, and then next you input your frequency value. The first one going to be 3, 11, 15. Don't get confused. Jangan masukkan cumulative frequency. Just masukkan frequency value. And then next is 20. And last is, oops, ada miss out kan? Tak. Okay, kalau ada miss out calculator ni kita boleh check. So 3, 11, 15, 20, 22. Alright, 22. And then last is 9. The special about this calculator, we can check the value that we enter nicely, right? So then click AC and then next shift 1 and click on 3 for sum and 2 for summation of fx. So summation of fx should be 2700 divided by summation of f, which is 80. Kita nampak di sini. So next you should enter shift 1 and click on 4 for variance and click on 2 for mean. So you will get 33.75. So the average apa ni? The average amount of donation is RM 33.75. This is how we do lah. Next is we going to check for median. So median, the formula for median is lower class boundary plus summation of f, right, divided by 2 minus summation of f m minus 1 divided by fm multiply with class size of the median class. So first step in calculating median, we need to find the position of median, right? So position of median class lah, position of median class, right, should be summation of f divided by 2, which is 80 divided by 2 equal to 40. So to select the median class, we need to look at the cumulative frequency column and find the value of 40 or next greater than 40. The cumulative frequency that have value 40 or next greater than 40. So the next greater than 40 is 49 lah. So this is your median class, right? So this is your median class. So now, since you already know the median class, so we can input the value into the formula. So let me use another color. So the lower class boundary is 29.5 plus summation of f divided by 2 is equal to 40. And then so median cumulative frequency before the median class is equal to 29, and frequency of the median class equal to 20, right? Multiply with the class size is 39.5 minus 29.5 should be equal to 10. So this one will lead you to 35, right? So this is how we do it. Okay. Soalan tak setakat ni? I think it should be very easy. The next one is we need to find the value of let's say I use another color, purple. So let's say we want to find mode. So the value, the formula for mode is low class boundary for the model class plus different for theta 1 plus theta 2 multiply with class size of the model class. So the first step is to find model class. So how to find a model class? You need to look into the frequency column, then that the row that have a most larger frequency, which is this one lah. This is your model class. So this is your model class. Right. So this is your model class because the frequency value is the larger value. Right. Okay. Now we already know that this is the model class. So we just input the value into the formula. So the lower class boundary is 39.5. 39.5 plus theta 1 is frequency of the model class minus frequency before the model class, 22 minus 20, which is equal to 2. So this is also the same value, right? The same value, right? So 2 plus theta 2 is model class frequency of the model class minus frequency after the model class, which is 22 minus 9, which is equal to 13. Multiply with class size equal to 10. So we will get the value of mode, which is equal to 40.83. Right? So before I forgot to interpret the value of median. So we can say that 50% of the donor, 50% of the donor, right, donate RM 35 and donate below than below RM 35. Donate below RM 35. While another 50% of the donor, right, donate more than RM 35. So for most of the donor donate RM 40.83 ringgit. Right. This is how we interpret the value of mean, median, and mode. Right. So now let's look at any questions so far before we proceed with the next question. Soalan tak? Mana yang lain tak buka webcam? Ada soalan?
Tak ada, sir.
Tak ada, sir.
Right. It should be very easy. Okay. So for the next question, given a standard deviation of 13 point, so given a standard deviation of 13 ringgit point 48 sen, find a coefficient of skewness for the distribution and describe the shape of distribution. So for coefficient of skewness, we have two formula, right? If you cannot remember, kita buka balik past equation, right? So kita tengok kat belakang ni ada formula, list of formula, right? So we have two formula for a Pearson of skewness, mean minus mode divided by standard deviation, or mean minus median multiplied with 3 divided by standard deviation. So you can choose either one. So now I think the easiest one is mean minus mode divided by standard deviation. Very simple. So our mean is 33.75 minus our mode is 40 ringgit, 40.83 divided by our standard deviation is 13.48. And make sure they say standard deviation. If they give you the value of variance, then you need to take a square root of the variance. So this one should be equal to how much? It should be negative 0.52. So we can conclude that there is a negative skewed distribution lah. Right. So remember 3 marks only, right? And then you need to do very fast because you have only 2 hours to complete the question. Right. So next question is question number 2. So I'm using my home PC ya. This PC ni lama. Sabar ya. Okay. Kita buat tepi ni lah. Alright. So now question number 2. A charity club sell magazine that they produce to raise money for homeless people. For each person approach, the probability of making sales is 0.2. So in this problem, we have 2 options lah, either making sales or not make sales, right? So probability of making sales is 0.2, probability of not making sales is going to be 0.8. So given that the club approached 20 people, so we have n equal to 20. So probability of success is 0.2. Right, so now, question number 1, right? So find the probability that exactly 3 sales, probability of x equal to 3. So we know that this is we have a binomial problem. X is having a binomial problem, which is n equal to 20 and p is equal to 0.2. Right? This is NP. So we use the binomial formula. So 20. So remember, binomial formula is n choose x, probability of x, probability of success power of x, and q n minus x. So this is a formula for binomial distribution. So 20 choose 3 and 0.2 power of 3, 0.8 power of 20 minus 3 is equal to 17. So this one should be berapa? You tekan calculator, it will be 0.20536. Kita letak 4 decimal point lah. Basically we fix to 4 decimal points, so 2054. Right, settle 3 marks. And then we look into question number 2. Find the probability that between 4 to 8 inclusive. So probability of 4 to 8, right? So let me use another color. So probability of 4 to 8 is probability of x equal to 4 plus probability of x equal to 5 plus until probability of x equal to 8, right? So what we can do is, by using a calculator, we put the summation sign here, right? And then this is from 4 to 8. So 20 choose x, and then this is 0.2 power of x, 0.8, 20 minus x, right? So include dalam calculator sajalah. Okay, let's say sekarang ni kita masih dalam mode statistics, so we change it to the first one, which is math, and then click on shift log, so we will get the summation value. So put the value 20 choose x, right, and then tutup kurungan, multiply with 0.2 power of x, right, multiply with 0.8 power of 20 minus x. Tutup kurungan. And don't forget the value of x starting from 4 to 8. So you will get the value which is 0.5786. Right? Very simple. So number 3, how many cells do they expect? So the expected value of X should be equal to NP. So NP is 20 multiplied with 0.2 is equal to 4. Right? This is very simple. 9 marks should be very easy for you. Right? So now, let's look at B. Any questions so far before we proceed?
No, sir.
Any question before we proceed?
Tak ada, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. So now, let's look at B. So the number of calls received by at the computer lab helpline follow a Poisson distribution with an average of 8 calls per hour. So let me put it over here. So we know that it has 8 hours, 8 calls per hour. So lambda will be 8 per hour. Right? So X is having a Poisson distribution with lambda equal to 8 lah. So now we want to find probability of X more than 10. So probability of X more than 10 is basically probability of X more than or equal to 10. Sorry, more than or equal to 11 lah. 10 tak termasuk kan? More than or equal to 11. So if you want to calculate, because this is a 3 marks kan, so I don't really expect you to terus bagi answer dalam seperti macam dalam apa nama, statistical table, right? So I believe you already have the statistical table. I will not provide you dalam final exam. You kena cari sendiri lah. I dah bagi you dalam report. Right, so lambda is equal to 8. Lambda is equal to 8. So here 8. Lambda is equal to 8 more than 11. So it should be 0.1841. So 0.1841. So I don't really expect that this simple solution, because this is 3 marks. So what do I expect is I need some calculation here. So you need to calculate by using your formula. So to calculate using formula, so more than 11 should be very massive, and we don't know what is the stopping point. So now what we can do is 1 minus probability of X less than or equal to 10. So you can use a formula, summation of, right, from I equal to 0 until 10. The Poisson formula will be lambda power of X exponential negative lambda divided by X factorial. So this one should be 8 power of X exponential negative 8 divided by X factorial. So you just input into the calculator, right? Or if you don't want, also can, right? But you need to make sure you need input into the calculator 1 minus some the total, and then you input 8 power of 8 power of X multiply with exponential negative 8 divided by X factorial. This is from 0 to 10. So you should get the same answer lah, 0.841, right? So 0.1841. So this will give you a marks lah. 3 marks ni tak expect you bagi direct answer from table. We are expecting you to show some calculation, right, by using formula. Okay. So number 2, there will be at most 25 calls. So probability of X less than or equal to 25 in the next 2 hours. So you show the some of example, summation of I from 0 to 25. So this one is next 2 hours. Read the question carefully. Next 2 hours means that this is lambda for 8 for 1 hour. If for next 2 hours, it should be 16 for 2 hours lah. Right? So this one should be 16 power of X exponential negative 16 divided by X factorial. So you just key in into the formula, the calculator. Tadi kita buat ni kan. So this one starting from 0 to 25. So you tukar je lah. Alright. So this one should be 16 and this one should be 16. Oops. 16. And then don't forget yang satu ni tak nak lah. Okay, buang. So dapat jawapan should be kejap, at most, yes. Do you get the same answer? Kalau more than 26, this is 16 ni kita tengok sini. Kejap. 16 dekat bawah kan. 16 more than 26 is 0. I think something wrong dengan calculator, so sekejap. Kalau more than 26 is 0.013. So kalau kita compare, let's say kalau you masuk dalam calculator, tekan apa je salah, alright, recheck balik macam mana kita tahu salah, kita tengok dalam statistic table. So this is also equal to probability of X more than or equal to 26, 1 minus, right? Benda yang sama jugalah. So 1 minus 0.01, berapa tadi? 0.0131. It should be equal to 0.9869. Right? So this one should be equal to 0.9869. Right? Kalau dalam calculator salah tu, you tekan tengok. Tekan balik semula. So, oops. Shift. Alright. So this one should be 16 power of X exponential negative 16 divided by X factorial. So this one starting from 0 to 25. Ya, baru betul. Tadi kalau you masukkan saja means something wrong lah. You kena buat daripada semula. Daripada mula, okay? So this is you need to be very careful. Jangan terus buat dalam calculator dirubah, right? Nanti you akan dapat jawapan yang salah. Okay? So this is the answer. So we are expecting like this lah. Dalam ni kita boleh pakai yang ni untuk you punya solution 3 marks. So remember, kalau ada bagi 1 mark saja mungkin ya kita akan expect from statistical table, but from kalau macam ni ada 3 marks, more than 2 marks lah, more than 1 marks, so we are expecting from calculation lah. So now let's look at question number 3. Question number 3, a random variable x has a probability distribution function. PDF as given below. So this is basically probability distribution function fx, like kx, x 1 to 1, 2 and 1, 2, and 4 and 5. So look at the distribution of x carefully. Yeah. So another function is k is equal to when x is equal to 1, -1 and -3. So we need to find k. So to find k, summation of fx should be equal to 1, right? So now we input all the value lah. So for x now equal to 1, so k saja, plus x equal to 2, 2k, x equal to 4, 4k, x equal to 5, 5k. And then for this one, we don't have the value of x, right? So we only have k. So when x equal to -1, so k should be and then it should be k lah. It should be k. And where x equal to -3, and then this is also should be equal to k. This one equal to 1. So you add all the value, so which is 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 1 plus 1 should be equal to 14, is it? 14k equal to 1. So k should be equal to 1 over 14. Can you recalculate for me and confirm for me? Betul tak? Can you confirm? Betul tak? 1 over 14?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Dapat benda yang sama? 14k, right? Alright. So now, since you already have a value of k, so k is equal to 1 over 14. Right. So now we need to find the value of expected of 2x minus 1. So expected of 2x minus 1 is equal to 2 multiplied with expected of x minus 1. So we need to find the value of expected of x. So now to find the expected of x, basically expected of x should be equal to summation of x multiplied with probability of x. Alright, so you need to multiply with x value. So this one should be, for the first one, k x square. So dia akan jadi kx square. Kat sini kx square, and then this one for kx. So kalau kita nak calculate the expected value, right, we need to multiply with x. So this one should be k when x equal to 1, k plus when x equal to 2 is 4k, x equal to 4, 16k, when x equal to 5 is 25k. And then for kx, when x equal to 1, negative 1 is negative k, when x equal to negative 3, negative 3k. So this one should be, kita buat cara macam ni, nanti kita masukkan 1 over 14 tu lah. So 1 plus 4 plus 16 plus 25 minus 4 is going to be 42k. So expected of, this is expected of x, right? Bukan this one, expected of x equal to 42 over 14 should be equal to 3, right? So then, to find expected of 2x minus 1 should be equal to 2 multiplied with 3 minus 1 should be equal to 5. Okay. Next, we look into question B. Soalan tak untuk yang sebelum ni? Very simple kan? right? Very simple. So for B, time X to download resource web page is normally distributed with mean equal to 6.5, mean equal to 6.5, and standard deviation, read carefully, standard deviation. Kalau dia bagi you variance, you need to put variance and find standard deviation. Deviation equal to 2.3. So what is the probability that time taken to download a page take less than 5 seconds? So probability of X less than 5. So this is what we want. So if you want to find probability of X less than 5, so we try to draw a normal distribution curve. This is X from negative infinity to infinity. So this is the mean 6.5. Less than 5, it should be on the left hand side, right? So this is the area that we want to find. So we convert to Z distribution. 5 minus 6.5 divided by 2.3 equal to probability of this is Z, right? Equal to probability of Z less than negative 0.65, right? So probability of Z less than negative 0.65 is, kalau kita tengok dalam Z distribution, still on the left hand side. So this is 0, negative 0.65, right? So probability of Z less than 0, negative 0.65 is also equal to Z more than 0.65. It's a symmetrical distribution, kan? So by looking at statistical table, you will get 0.2578. So this is the answer. Now we look at number 2. So what is the probability that a download will require between probability of 4x between 4 and 10. So probability of x between 4 and 10. So kalau kita tengok dia punya distribution, right, is starting from 6.5. So dia akan dekat sini 4 and 10 is over here. So we want to find the middle value, right? Okay, find the middle value. So this one should be, and then we need to convert it to Z distribution, right? Probability of 4 minus 6.5 divided by 2.3. This is Z already. This is Z, and then this is 10 minus 6.5 minus and 2.3. So this one should be probability of negative 1.09 Z. This is 1.52, right? So to find the probability, this probability value, right? Let's try to figure out by drawing the Z distribution curve. So this is a Z distribution curve. So this is 0, right? So negative 1.09. This is 1.52. So we want to find this area, right? To find this area, so what we need to do is we need to find this area, all of this area minus this area, right? So baru kita akan dapat this area, kan? So how to do this? So to have this area, so 1 minus probability of Z more than 1.09, right? So this is negative 1.09. So kalau kita nak cari this area, is a 1 minus, right? So then probability of this one more than Z more than 1.52. So 1 minus probability of Z more than 1.09 is 0.1379 minus 0.0643. So this one should be equal to 0.7978. To reconfirm whether our calculation is correct or not, so remember, by using calculator, I taught you before. So in using calculator, kita ada 3 region kan. So this is the first region, this is P, Q, R. So if you want to find Q, the middle value, right, which is by using calculator, Q negative 1.09 plus Q 1.52. So you just input into the calculator. You need to make sure you are in statistics punya section lah. So make sure dia keluar statistics dekat atas ni. And shift 1 and find distribution 5, Q number 2, negative 1.09 plus 5Q 1.52. So we should get the same answer, right? Okay. Ada soalan tak setakat ni? Ada soalan? Any questions so far?
No, sir.
Alright, good. So now let's look at question number 4. Question number 4 should be very easy lah. So this drive are getting larger. Their capacity now often given a terabytes, where 1 terabyte is equal to 1000 gigabytes. Ini zaman bila punya soalan 2017 kan. Alright, a survey of price for external drive for found for flowing data. So 0.5 terabytes, 219, still pricey ya. Ini zaman lama, 2017 kan, so still pricey lah. Nowadays very cheap. So now they ask us to calculate the Pearson product moment correlation coefficient between capacity and price of the external hard disk drive. Comment the relationship between two variables. Before we do that, we need to identify which one is dependent variable and which one is independent variable. Right. So capacity depend on price or price depend on capacity. So basically price will depend on capacity lah, right? So price will be dependent variable and capacity will be our independent variable. To confirm that our definition is correct or not, let's look at the question. Ada tak soalan predict? So dia kata dekat sini, estimate the price of 4 terabyte disk. So we know if you want to estimate means we want to estimate the dependent variable. So dependent variable is our price. So now we input into the calculator the value. So we click on mode and stat and click on number 2, right? Oh, now we can see ada kat sini ada 1, 2, 3 kolom. We don't need the third column. So what we need to do is we need to click on shift mode and tutup balik tadi. Tadi kita buka frekuensi kan, kita tutup balik. Number 4, klik number 2, tutup frekuensi. So now kita tekan stat number 2. Right, so we will get the same the column that we need, right? So the first one is 0.5, 0.75, oops, apa itu kan? 1.0, 0.75, 2.0, 2.0, 1.0, 6, 3, 1, 6. So betul tak kita ada 11 data? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, so we have 12. Satu data dah hilang lah. So kita check balik. Since this is a calculator, kita boleh check. So 0.75. This is 0.5, right? 0.5. 0.775. Okay, 2, 2, 1, 6, 3, 1, and 6. Alright, with the 12 data. So then we begin input the price 121, 219, 238, 196, 245, 229, 385, 412, 269, 1039, 549. Is it? Okay, masukkan ni. 549. Sekejap. 269 is, and after 269, 1039. Right? 549, 252, and 1060. Right. And then you can recheck back whether your data imputation is correct or not. So make sure you check every time, check and recheck. So 229, 2385, 412, 269, 1039, or 549, 252, and 1060. Right? So to find the correlation coefficient by using a Pearson product moment correlation, R is equal to summation of xy minus. But before we proceed, I just want to emphasize, firstly you need to make sure your dependent variable and independent variable are correctly defined, right? And then you need to make sure you input all the data correctly in the calculator, right? If not, you will lose a lot of marks kat sini. 20 markah hilang, right? Berhati-hati ya. Sebab dia soalan ni dia berkait, right? So kalau salah satu, semua salah terus, right? So the formula will be summation of x multiplied with summation of y divided by n, then everything divided by summation of x squared minus summation of x squared divided by n, and the next one summation of y squared minus summation of y, and then you square divided by n. So if you cannot remember, by look at the question dekat belakang ni, we already provide you a formula, right? So you can see here, this is the formula that we use. Number 2, number 1. Basically the same formula lah. We just do some manipulation. So now we need to have this value. All the value we need to have. Summation of x. Summation of xy will be berapa? So tekan shift 1, tekan sum number 3, xy number 5. So 17158. 17158.75. So summation of x will be berapa? Tekan. So to get all the marks, you need to do whatever I did lah. So kalau you tak buat ni semua, maybe you lost marks 24.5. X square is number 1. So 93. So summation of x square is equal to 93.625. Summation of y square. So this is the value that we need, right? So summation of y should be number 4, 5093. 5093, right? This is 24.5, right? Summation of y squared. Summation of y squared is number 3. So 3213. 213 843 843. Right. So now, since we already have the value, just plug in the value into the formula. Right. So just plug in the value into the formula. This is 158.75 minus 24.5, and then this is 5093 divided by n is equal to 12 n. We already know n equal to 12. And input everything in bawah ni. You just plug in the value, right? For the sake of marks lah, nak dapat marks. 625. This is 24.5 squared divided by 12. And then the next one is going to be very long. 3213843 minus 5093 squared divided by 12. So you don't need to calculate. You just tekan calculator, shift 1, and then you tekan 5 for regression, and you need to find 3 for R. So they will give you the answer will be 0.9980. So since the value of R is positive value and we have 0.9, which is a strong correlation, so there are strong positive linear correlation between the capacity and price of the hard disk, right? Okay, boleh? This is 5 marks, right? You should have semua yang I buat ni kena ikut lah. Kalau tak nanti tak dapat. So now, number 2, find equation of regression line that best fit of the data. So this is very simple. So since we already have the value, but we need to make sure all the value that we have here is correct, right? Before we input into our calculator. So we want to find y equal to a plus bx, right? So b is equal to summation of xy minus summation of x squared divided by n, everything divided by x, summation of x squared minus summation of x, and then you square divided by n. So you just input the value into the formula. So this one should be 17158.75 minus 24.5 squared divided by 12. Sorry, I think I make it wrong. So this salah, dia bukan macam ni. This is summation of y, right, divided by n. So 24.5 dia sama dengan atas ni, tapi perbezaan dia dekat sini dia tak ada y dekat bawah. So 24.5 multiply with 5093 divided by 12. Everything divided by 93.625 minus 24.5 squared over 12. So if you cannot remember, just refer to the formula list lah, right? So this one should be equal to how much? We don't need to calculate, we just click on shift 1. Tadi kita dah key in data kan? So shift 1, click on 5, click on 2 for beta. So 155.04. 155.04. Sekejap ya. Okay, sorry. So we already have the value of beta. So now we need to find the value of A. A is equal to, look at the formula for A, is Y bar minus B X bar. Right. A is a summation of Y divided by N minus B is 155.04 multiplied with summation of X divided by N. So this one should be equal to summation of Y is equal to 5093 divided by 12 minus 155.04 multiplied with 24.5 divided by 12. Right, so you don't need to calculate again. So you just shift 1, 5 and click on 1 for A. So you will get 107.87. So the formula is Y equal to 107.87 plus 155.04 X. Right, so you just need to derive the formula, the equation, right? So this is the answer, only for 4 marks, very easy, right? Okay, next, C. So find the coefficient of determination and explain its meaning in the context of the data. So coefficient of determination is R squared. So R squared is, so our R is 0.9980, 0.9980 squared. Should be equal to berapa? Ada tak dia bagi dalam ni? We don't have, so we need to calculate lah. So 0.9980 power of 2. So equal to 0.9960, 0.9960, which is equal to 99.60%. So what does it mean? It means that the total variation of price is explained by capacity of external hard disk, right? So I think something wrong here. I changed the word. There are 99.6% of the total variation of the price, right, is explained by capacity of external hard disk. Right, very simple, 2 marks. And then for D, right, we need to estimate the price of 4 terabyte hard disk. So Y is equal to 107.87 plus 155.04x, right? So we just replace the x value with the value of 4 terabyte hard disk. So we just input into the calculator. So 107.87 plus 155.04 multiplied with 4. So it should be 728. So 728.03, is it? Yeah, very simple. Right. And number E is you have found 4 terabyte drive for 700. It is good to buy. How much will be safe to compare what you expect to pay? So good to buy lah, kan? Sebab kalau kita tengok dalam expected ni is 728, but we found 700. So the answer will be yes, and saved by 28.03 habis. Okay? Alright. Ada soalan tak? Before we end our session. But before we end our session, just to... Sekejap, I off record dulu.